Cardinals open up at home against the Vikings. Cardinals 1-0, Vikings 0-1. Bob McManaman, Kent Summers here Sunday, the home opener for the Cardinals. They're favored by 4.5 right now. And we have to go back to last weekend. And Kyler Murray, Bob, what a performance.
Yeah, I mean, he told us this week that he thought he should have been Offensive Player of the Year in the NFC. And, I didn't mind the pick of Matthew Stafford, but Kyler certainly was deserving of it with 5 total touchdowns and almost 300 yards. Can he do that again? I don't know. But he says that's the plan. Hey, win that award, go out and do better next week. Against that defense, it might be hard, but that secondary is not as tough as you would think. Chance, possible.
And Kent, on the defensive side, Chandler Jones, I'm assuming in all the games you've ever witnessed, you've never seen anyone be able to do something like that.
No, not quite like that. I mean, I think I saw Calais Campbell maybe get 4 in a game at some point. And of course we saw, Hassan Reddick last year with the Giants, but Chandler's was different, that he was going against a really good tackle when he's healthy, Taylor Lewan. And we just saw such a variety of moves from him. He showed probably about 25% of his arsenal and just different stuff. And what I like about Chandler Jones and what I think separates him from a lot of pass rushers is he gets the ball out so often. He's great at forced fumbles, and it just shows, when he's healthy, it takes this defense to another level.
Yeah, and it was fun to watch. And literally, I think I was watching just 55 and seeing where he was going and what was going to happen. It was fun to watch. Speaking of someone we've seen play on the defensive side, Patrick Peterson coming back to State Farm Stadium. Bob, what do you think the reaction is going to be with Patrick P coming back?
I think he's going to hear a lot of boo birds, and that won't be a surprise to me. He's going to have his legion of fans. There's going to be a lot of number 21s in the stadium, but he's going to hear the boos because, he just kind of went strange on a lot of things the last few years in Arizona with the 6-game PED suspension and the I want to trade, get me out of here. No, I don't. I love it here. I want to retire Cardinal to Steve Keim, why you dissing me by not returning to my text or letting me know I can have a good off season? What about a contract? And screw the Cardinals kind of an attitude now. And I'll tell you, all I know is Kyler Murray is going to pick on that cat all day long. And Mike Zimmer, the Vikings head coach, said Patrick Peterson is by far our best cornerback. Well, if that's the case, Vikings are in trouble because Pat's lost a lot. He's not the same cat. He was great. He was one of the best maybe ever in his generation, but he is not the same guy. He's lost a step. We'll see if he pulls one out of his hat, but I'm expecting him to get torched, quite frankly.
Kent, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think he's going to get a mixed reaction. I agree with Mac. It's so interesting to me that I've never seen a player who accomplished so much with a franchise, 8 Pro Bowls, I think, 4 punt returns for touchdowns as a rookie. I mean, he accomplished so much here, active in the community, gave a lot of his time and money, et cetera. I've never seen a guy like that viewed in the way he is by a fan base, and he earned it. As Mac said, he did some things that really turned fans off. So I think it's going to be a mixed reaction. I hope it's for Patrick's sake. It's not wholesale boos.
Right.
People pay their money. They can do what they want, but there'll be some people cheering for him. But you look out at a Cardinals crowd or you see Cardinal fans at airports, the last couple of years, you didn't see a lot of Patrick Peterson jerseys anymore.
No, that's true. And it will be interesting to see if Kyler does pick on Patrick P. And of course, we look to the Vikings, who come in after a tough overtime loss to Denver. The Cardinals get a great win in their first game. Bob, what are you looking for in this game for the Cardinals to be successful?
Well, I think they're going to have to knock Cousins around and get that pass rush going again. I don't think they need 6 sacks like they had, but forcing a couple turnovers at least would be huge. defensively, offense. I'll tell you what, get a lead on these guys and then lean on your running game. The Cardinals were a little slow getting that going once they needed to run the ball and close out the Titans, but they figured it out. And talking to Chase Edmonds, that's going to be a huge thing for this offense. You build up a lead with all those playmakers, and then you kill the clock and kill the other team emotionally just by running the ball and drowning out a drive, whether you score or not, take as much time off the clock. They do that, they're going to win.
And something we haven't really seen the Cardinals been able to do in the last year or so. And Kent, what are you looking for the Cardinals in this game against the Vikings?
I think defensively, it's, stopping another elite running back in Dalvin Cook, who can do a lot of things. He's much different, obviously, than Derrick Henry. I think that's a big key. Putting pressure on Cousins, as Max said. Offensively, it's dealing with Mike Zimmer's blitz packages, I think. Cliff Kingsbury told us this week, Zimmer invented a lot of the blitzes that people around the league are using. I don't know if he invented them, but he certainly tweaked them and changed them. Loves to come up the gaps on either side of the center. Luckily, the Cardinals, I think, are better equipped to handle that than they have been with Rodney Hudson at center. Kyler Murray said today that Rodney Hudson actually identified a coverage in a touchdown pass last weekend against the Titans. And he said, I've never had a center who could do that. So it kind of, portends well, I think, for this Cardinals offense down the road. And bigger picture, are the Cardinals mature enough to handle a little success? We've seen this team last year come off games like this and just stink it up the next week. And are they better than that? Does the emphasis on leadership pay off in this game? You shouldn't lose to the Vikings at home. It's an NFC game. Those are always important too when you go to the end of the season for tiebreakers. So, but yeah, that's what I'm anxious to see if the offense, is it, they're not going to score 38 points every week, obviously, but do they play with that same level of execution?
All right, Bob, prediction time. Cardinals, Vikings, who do you got?
Yeah, I won't go 38 this week, but I'll say they score 28 points, and I think it's going to be 28-20, 8-point win. I think that'll suffice.
Nice. Kent?
Yeah, I think the Cardinals are going to win this too. I'm going to go 30-23 Cardinals.
30-23. Okay. Sunday, 105 State Farm Stadium. All your coverage here on azcentral.com.